Hi, welcome back to GamesWeb. Today I'm going to show you a very quick build of the Redemptor Dreadnought for Warhammer 40,000 from the Warhammer 40,000 Conquest Part Work. This is a two-part kit that was available in issues 24 and 25. So let's just straight into it. What you're going to need is the first sprue from issue 24 and the second sprue from issue 25, obviously with the base that came with issue 24, and a pair of clippers. We won't need glue for this because this is a snap fix kit, so it just clips together. Right, so easiest way to do this is if you get your clippers, you need to use flat edge clippers like these rather than pliers or anything like that. Then you can actually get in close to the actual sprue. What you do is you put the clippers against the main body of the kit and just very gently snip away until your pieces come out like this. If I can do this without actually, it's not quite as easy to do on a webcam as you'd imagine because I'm doing this at an angle. So basically you just snip away at all the sides, keeping the clippers flush to the model kit itself. That way you don't get any real issues. Go all the way around like that, and finally that piece, and it just slides straight off. You may have wee little tiny bits here and there that need touching up, which you can just use a file, a modelling file, or a piece of emery paper. The nail files work really well, the emery board nail files, they work really well. So you need to do this for all your pieces, and I would suggest that you get all your pieces clipped out and ready to go before you actually start commencing building it, rather than just doing it one piece at a time, because this is quite a simple kit, there's not very much to it and you're not going to lose pieces. Okay, so I'm just going to pause that video now and I'll come back in a moment with all these pieces clipped off. And welcome back. As you can see, all the pieces are now removed from the sprues. Empty sprues, nothing on them at all. Right, so now comes the fun part, building the kit together. Now you can follow the instructions that came with the magazine, but it's quite self-explanatory. Leg pieces go to leg pieces, and arm pieces go to arm pieces. So basically what you need to do is get your two halves of your kit. On this side I'm going to actually use the legs. Now I did say a few moments ago that I was going to cut all these pieces off the sprue rather than do them on the sprue and do them all at once. This is a small kit. Normally I wouldn't do it with a big kit because you then will actually lose where you're up to. All these pieces are numbered on the sprues, so it actually makes it easier for you to follow the instructions. Okay, so get the two pieces so they're aligned slightly, and if you look, there are lugs on the inside. There are the female ones and the male ones on the opposite side, and all you need to do is line those up so they're all flush, and then just click them into place like that, so you can hear the audible click, and there we go. There we go, that's alright, that's not too bad. It's quite tight. This is a snap fit kit, so it doesn't really need gluing, but I would recommend that if you're going to do this, to glue them. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put the feet on. So the feet just fit into place like that. That's one foot and the other foot, and both of these feet are identical, so it doesn't matter which is left or which is right because they're both identical. Right, so you see them like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop the body onto the base like this. I think it probably would have been a bit easier if I actually put the feet on the base first. Yeah, there we go, like that. It's probably easier to put the feet on the base rather than the other way around. So we're now more or less half built. Okay, so the next section we're going to do is going to be the arms. So I'm going to do the power fist. Again, it's just a question of snapping it together, making sure the parts all line up like that, and snap it together. Very simple. To get a better join, you really do need to use glue. Now this is probably the most tricky part, especially if you're a new modeler, because this has got the smallest part of the kit. Okay, so the two halves of the gun just slot in, the same as everything else, but you need to make sure that the magazine on the bottom of the gun, the belt, is actually fed up, is lined up properly, or else it won't fit in properly, like that. And this is the trickiest part, is the actual barrel of the gun itself, which just fits into the top, into the little hole, and it goes one way up. There is a locator peg. As you see, it's got a little bit sticking up at the top. That goes upwards, and that way you get the barrel in the correct way. Okay, so that's that done, and now we have our main body, which consists of 3 parts. Okay, so you have your sarcophagus, which is this part here. That's the front of the dreadnought, and that's your back of your dreadnought, which is your power generator. Those 2 parts go together. So again, if I can just get this the right way around, there we go. Hold on a moment. Right. Okay, so those 2 parts just clip in like that. Meant to clip in. Of course, I'm doing this at an angle so I can actually show you what I'm doing. I'm making a pig's ear of it. There we go, like that. Okay, so those 2 parts just clip together like that. And this is no glue at all, it's just been clipped in place. And then this is the front part of the dreadnought. That just goes over the top like that and fits in place like that. Okay, and now it's just a question of putting the arms into place, and the arms have a little lug on them as well. You basically put that into the recess and turn it. That's that arm in place, and the same on the opposite side, like that one. That goes into there like that, and then just turns, and there we go. That's the top of the dreadnought done, and now it's just simply a question of putting the plug into the hole, and there is our finished dreadnought. Okay, so from start to finish that took less than 10 minutes. Obviously if you glue it, it's going to take a lot longer, but it's got a little bit of posability on it. You could actually repose the arms to give it a bit more of a dramatic pose, and of course the body itself twists. Not very much, but it does twist to allow for a little bit of posing. If you're more used to modelling, you can reposition the legs quite easily, because this is really easy to work with plastic. Okay, so that's your quick build of the Redemptor Dreadnought from Warhammer 40,000, and this was, as I say, part of Warhammer 40,000 Conquest issues 24 and 25. So if you can still get them, you can pick this £20 kit up for £14. Okay, the next video we'll do this way of the build will be the Chaos Rhino. But as I say, this is just quick. I would recommend you glue it, because you can see there it's not completely snapped in place. Gluing it is a much better idea. Okay, so thoughts and comments, anything in the thoughts and ideas and anything in the bottom, just leave it in the comment section down the bottom. I'm just waffling on here now, so I'm just going to end the video. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm Mark, Gamers Web, by gamers, for gamers.